Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm gonna check back in with you guys. I want to thank everybody that stuck around, the few of you that have commented, and it has been a few in relative or relation the way it used to be, but it's kind of expected. You guys know that I was gone for a while, so I apologize. However, that being said, I just want you guys to know, and a lot of you already do know, that I've tried to go way out of my way to respond to everyone, always reply to the comments, and to anybody that has any kind of questions, either agreeing or disagreeing. So if you ever want to challenge me, you ever want to say, hey, you're being a jerk for this, or I don't really agree, feel more than free to. And even if there's trolls, you want to drop a little troll line down, then by all means drop it and talk your shit, and I'll be there to talk back. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to go out of my way to make sure that I actually respond to everybody. I don't know how I have more subscribers and less people talking. I guess that's the whole notification bell thing, which I'm not gonna ask any of you to really click, because honestly, you guys know since day one, I've never really cared about any of the, this whole demonetizing thing, and YouTube blacklisting people. They blacklisted me from like day one. I started talking about Pizzagate and Alex Jones, and they blacklisted me immediately. So anyway, that brings me to one of my points I wanted to talk about. I didn't really, in my little hiatus, away from YouTube, I really didn't realize what they had been doing, and apparently I don't know. I didn't. I followed a few people. I just. I'd like to hear what a lot of people have to say, and if you guys know me, you know who a few of the people that I do watch or listen to or whatever, and people like Vegan Warrior. I don't know if any of you guys ever heard of him, but they got rid of his channel. He was a flat Earth guy and Mandela effect, and he was right up our alley. They got rid of his channel completely. They just got rid of him. Another guy named Unirock, or Unirock, they got rid of his channel too. They're just cutting them down. I guess I don't have enough people on my channel for them to really, destroy my channel. I thought they were going to there for a while, but it didn't happen. They're going to demonetize my channel. I don't give a shit. So you guys know I've never really been, but that's besides the point. I just, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty crazy that they had been, they're cutting some of these channels down, So, and I'm pretty sure, something about their content comes off somewhat like mine, I guess, maybe. I don't know, maybe Vegan Warriors, I don't know, but Unirock seemed like a pretty easygoing guy. I don't know why they would have gotten rid of his. And just a little side note, I know I look a little rough right now, but... you guys know that I'm not here for the glamour, but and this lighting out here makes me look old as shit. Ugh. So, but either way, so I promise I'm okay. It's just, oh man, I look horrible. Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty crazy how they're getting rid of these people's channels. I'm sure, I'm in the path somewhere. I guess if I get enough subscribers, I'm sure I will be. But that also something I want to talk about. If you're new to this channel, and there apparently are new subscribers, I'm not here to really talk about certain specific Mandela effects, which I might be doing actually, in this video, but I really don't talk about current Mandela effects. I'm actually here for the subscribers and the people that are either feeling lost, or which I guess we're over that hump now, but I don't know, I like to find the commonalities between all of us as individuals. A lot of us seem to share a lot of the same feelings and outlook, and individuality when it comes to thinking, or it comes to thought process, or it comes to who we are as people, and that's what I really enjoy about these channels, my channel, is it's really hard, I think, for a lot, especially my channel. A lot of the bigger channels, they could just get flooded with a lot of different types of people. Trolls and just some people that are just too far out there for me. I can't worship little stones, and I'm really not about like stones healing people and stuff like that. And I don't know, like paranormal activity type things. They see like ghosts and spirits, and some of these people are way out there. And I mean, that's just not my bag. I'm a realist, and that's what made the Mandela effect such a big deal for me. Is I am a fact person. I'm not too much into the trivial. I don't have good faith. I don't know. There's a lot of things that make me pretty cut and dry. I mean, if I believe in anything, I believe like in my children. I believe in myself. I believe in people. Honestly, if there's anything about me that's probably strange, I guess, is I believe in people. I feel like sometimes I possess, and others do too. A lot of us do possess the right words to sometimes help people see things they didn't see before, and that's where my shortcoming is. I believe in other people. However, so if you're new to the channel, it's about the people. It's not necessarily about certain specifics, which that makes today's video a little redundant because I'm actually going to be talking about a certain specific Mandela effect. And I'm sorry I've gotten so sidetracked. I'm gonna try to, I guess, make this as quick as I can. But also, I kind of want to relax a little bit and just talk like I haven't been able to talk in a long time. And that's one of the things that I'm just trying to relax a little bit and get back to the people that knew me the most, knew me the best, that talked to me the most, and 90% of the ones that were always there are still there now, and I appreciate you guys for being there still, But anyway, there's a Mandela effect that I saw recently. I saw it on Moneybag's channel. I know a lot of you guys don't like him or whatever, but I take what I want and I leave the rest. But he had a video of a song that Michael Jackson was in, and it was from a song from the '80s called "I Always Feel Like," or or it's "I Always Feel Like Somebody's Watching Me." I don't know what the exact title was. I can't remember the guy's name either. But Michael Jackson appeared in the song, and there was like a chorus part, and as I was watching it, I was like, oh crap, because a lot of the last few Mandela effects, it's like, they really don't. I really don't remember, so I really can't really weigh in, But this last one I saw, I guess it was, I guess yesterday, day before yesterday, something like that. It was, one of the words was wrong, and it's like, I've actually listened to this song not that long ago, back when the big wave of Michael Jackson doing that last tour before he died, or when he died. He was in the middle of some tour he was putting on. My daughter was about 12 or 13 at the time, and she got this new infatuation with Michael Jackson, and it rekindled my love for a lot of his older music and stuff like that. And that's one of those songs that I put up, I would listen to every now and again. It was right up there with like Electric Avenue and like Toto and stuff like that from back then. And but anyway, yeah, y'all should check it out. You don't necessarily check out Moneybags if you don't want to, but the chorus for me is, I remember it a certain way, and apparently it's not that way anymore. So it was a pretty big one for me because I know that song pretty well. When I was a little kid, it used to, when MTV was still, MTV, the video used to kind of give me the creeps when I was a little kid when it first came out. So I don't know. I guess if any of you guys know my videos, you know that I have very specific memories that with the things that I claim to remember. I don't know if traumatic can be used in a positive way, but I usually refer to it that way, that sometimes the incidences were so good or made you feel so great that it was traumatic in a way. I guess trauma is just usually always affiliated with something negative. But, a lot of you guys know, and if you don't know, Chuck E. Cheese was a big one for me and stuff like that. And so yeah, this is one of those too. It was a pretty big one. This Michael Jackson chorus part. He didn't even actually say the word. It was the other guy that sang in the song, but it was all still part of the same chorus. But yeah, you know, if you hadn't seen it, check it out. Let's see. There was another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh yeah, Facebook. There was a one of the founders of Facebook. Apparently, one of the guys that's tied to Napster or something like that. He did some interview where they say that they've been deliberately like using, you know, not necessarily hypnosis, but you know they've been. Oh man, I just got like a ring of tinnitus like just now in my ear. They must know that I'm talking about Mandela effect stuff. Um, yeah, apparently like the people from Facebook or this founder from Facebook, you know, did some interviews where he's talking about how they, you know, they've been kind of, you know, basically they know what they've been doing to people, and that was deliberate. You know, it makes them feel depressed. They're not on Facebook. You know, they have this like this gratification they need to get from like likes and dislikes, and you know, it's been engineered to make people feel like it's a drug. And I know a lot of us already kind of felt that way already, and maybe not in so many words, but we knew something. Excuse me, we knew something was wrong, you know, to begin with, you know, so a lot of us kind of cut ourselves away from those selfie posting fucking morons. But you know, a lot of us already kind of got away from that. But yeah, you know, I don't know, I thought it was a pretty good it was a pretty good article. You know, I saw it from on Jacob Israel's channel. I don't know if any of you guys know that guy, but it was on his channel, and you know, I don't know, kind of stood out to me. You know, I was just really glad they were talking about it. I haven't been on Facebook in a while, but I kind of plan on I might actually get on there just to post these articles, you know, and people already know that they know me from Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook and I don't know how long, but people already know me from Facebook to know that I put things that people don't really want to hear. You know, when I was talking about Hillary Clinton and the DNC, they didn't want to hear that. They called me conspiracy theorist, which we all know has been proven true. You know, the Pied Piper candidates, you know, or candidates, it was, you know, one of the WikiLeaks, you know, it all basically being bullshit, which we all know that now. You know, just a lot of, you know, just they would all. That's what one of my last videos about, like saying I would say I told you so, which I haven't done or anything. But you know, a lot of the things that you know, I said were true. You know, and a lot of people did. You know, but we were you know, we were like exiled from groups, you know, for believing certain things were true. You know, and but anyway, no, I really like the article that was. You know, you should check it out. You know, Facebook and basically brainwashing. You know, and they came out and said it. You know, but I don't know. The guy severed ties with Facebook though too. That's why he's talking out about it, is because he fired or he quit or something to that of that nature. So yeah, you know, check that out. You know, and you know, comment about it or whatever. Which, you know, like I said, a lot of us already know. You know, Facebook's always up to no good, always playing with you, you know, tracking all your data, tracking who you are, all your bullshit like this. So we already know a lot of this. I just think that it's pretty cool that it's kind of, you know, literally said by like one of the founders of Facebook. So, you know, and like I said, like these selfie posting morons, they if they don't have it thrown right in their face, which a lot of people you guys know that even if you post it on Facebook and it has like some kind of like little link and it has the article, people won't even read the fucking article. They're just gonna see the fucking link, take it personal, and start talking shit. You know, just people aren't like that. People aren't into doing research. You know, but yeah, you know, you should check it out. You know, it's you know, it's pretty good. I'm glad they're talking about it. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you, which I guess I've talked to you about several things, but the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, which I guess maybe I could have separated all these videos, but you know, whatever. But this was kind of, I'm not gonna say it's personal, but I took it personal, and it basically, this is the reason why I really wanted to make this video, was because of this. But I saw like a prank being done, and it was like a test of human faith kind of thing, or a test of humanity. It's probably better words. They have this little, and a lot of you may be seeing it. It has like 50 billion views or something like that. Maybe only like 2 million, but it's still quite a few views. But it's they put this like 12-year-old boy outside on the sidewalk of New York, and it's during the winter time. It's freezing. People have like their furry fucking coats and their boots with the fur. Everybody's all walking around with all their winter garb and gear on, and there's this little boy sitting out there on the sidewalk, and he's just like, have you ever had that hard tremble, where or that hard shiver where you like even your eyesight is like vibrating. Well, the kid, that's how the kid's freezing. Now, granted, it's a prank, but there's only so much you can prank a kid in a t-shirt, or there's only so much of a prank that you can do when you still have a kid in a t-shirt in the wintertime. It's like method acting. He's not really acting because he's really freezing his ass off. So this kid's sitting out there freezing, and eventually it shows him. If you didn't know this was a prank, I don't know how it couldn't break your heart into a million pieces. And it shows this kid crawling to a trash bag on the side, like a black plastic trash bag, and he just lays there, not asking for money. And at first he had like a little cup and like a little sign, but eventually he set that down. He got inside this little trash bag, and he just curled up into a ball. All right, like in a t-shirt, And I don't know if you guys ever felt the concrete, change some oil, or fell down, maybe even. I don't know why you would be on the concrete in the wintertime. But if you're ever on concrete during the wintertime, it's kind of like the summertime, walking around barefoot or whatever. I mean, it's some really cold shit. And I don't know, that kid laid there for 2 hours. And we're talking about New York. We're talking about like 20 people a second probably pass by this guy. I mean, it's constant traffic, and not a single fucking soul said anything, did nothing. No one did nothing. And I can't, and somebody did stop eventually, and that's apparently that's the big kicker of the video, is the person who stopped was a homeless man. And apparently, this kid looked like he was homeless, so that's why the homeless man stopped. Why? Because he knows how the bitter tastes, and this guy knows what it's like, I'm pretty sure, to be shivering on the fucking concrete. So he stopped and gave this little kid whatever few dollars he had, took his coat off, and you can hear him talking about, I mean, even right now when I think about it, it makes me get, kind of thick-throated, and, he's just talking about, we got to stick together, and he asked, where's your family at? It's like, they abandoned me and stuff like. And I mean, this stuff does happen, I mean, maybe not this specific instance, but it does happen. And he's, and this homeless guy, he's all upset, and he's giving this kid his jacket, or his coat, and gave him a few bucks. And at that time, some, whoever the kid was with, he said it was his brothers. They walked up, and they said it was a test, and they ended up giving the homeless guy some money, some little bundles of cash, and of course he started crying, or whatever. But I don't know, it was pretty upsetting, to see that many people walk by without saying anything. And that's what makes me the most upset, is I feel like if I would have walked by, I would have got down there with that kid, given him what I had. I mean, even, I probably would have taken him. I mean, he was 12 years old. I probably would have taken him back to my place to warm up, or figure out what we can do to save him, or where we can get him, or something, But I feel like, and this is the first thing that crossed my mind. This is the part that I want to say to all of you, or anybody that ever sees this. Is that if I saw this, like, I would take off what I had, get down there on the ground with them, warm them up, hold them, whatever it is I have to do, and I would just start screaming at people, like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? What is so fucking broken in your body, in your brain, that makes you just pass by a defenseless being, a defenseless living thing that can't do any better, that is literally closer to dying than you probably ever have been. and it's a child. I mean, we're talking about like, a puppy in the middle of traffic. I mean, I don't know a lot. I guess, I know a lot of people don't care, and a lot of people are going to wreck that, or going to, run right over it. I don't know. I'm not that person. I know that. I guess, I don't know. A few years ago, there was a turtle stuck on the yellow line. It wasn't a highway, but it was 2 lanes going each direction. So, total of 4 lanes. And I remember I saw that turtle, and there wasn't traffic behind me, but I passed by it. I stopped, I reversed, I picked him up, I ran across, this little bit of traffic or whatever, and put him like in a ditch, or whatever, and, so he could actually, go run away somewhere. And, and it's like, no matter which way that turtle went, he was probably fucked. One way or another. He's a fucking turtle, and there's 4 lanes of traffic. Where are you gonna go either way? I mean, you're screwed. You're stuck in the middle. You try to take off, you hear a little bit of traffic. You try to take off the other way, a little bit of traffic. So he was just sitting in his shell in the middle of the day, just scared to death. And I don't know. It's like my imagination gets to me how I would feel if I was stuck in that position. And I know a lot of you already know. A lot of you found me because of empathy. Of that conversation, of that subject matter, and let this kind of circle back to the beginning of the video. Is that's what connects so many of us in this channel, or at least in some of these channels, or this group, or this communities that exist, is that we have empathy. And I like to think that if I had 9 of you with me, walking down that street in a group, we're going to a Mandela Effect convention, and we see this. If we had to, we would, create like a dome, a circle of people to like protect this child if it came down to that. I mean, I don't know. It just really bothers me that that's who we are as a society. That's why there's only so many of us. That's why nobody gives a shit. Everybody wants to do all this fucking social justice fucking warrior bullshit. Oh, this isn't right, that isn't right. Man, I guarantee you, there was teachers, there was parents, mothers, fathers, people that had their own kids, people that had grandkids, people that had all these things they supposedly care about, walk right past that freezing little boy. And it's like, how are we so self-centered? I mean, don't get me wrong. Bum comes up to me asking for fucking money. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not gonna say always give the fucking guy money, but I've struggled for a lot of my life, and it's like, dude, it's like, take your ass to a pawn shop and buy a fucking lawnmower and start cutting some fucking lawns. I mean, I'm not doing that much more than that. I mean, I worked outside, and I did a lot of like landscaping and trees and a lot of stuff, and I ran a small business doing that. And I don't know. So, like I said, with homeless folks, I know alcoholism and drugs got you there, but to be truthful, there's a lot of alcoholism and drug use in my family, coming from my parents and people before that. And you have to fix it. You have to fix it. So, I mean, all I'm saying is with this little kid, there is no getting a job when you're fucking 11 years old. There's I don't have to explain it. All of you understand. And I guess what I need everybody to understand is, that's what society we live in. That is who we are as a people. We just keep walking past that little kid. And I just can't believe people are that way. I don't know. I've seen little things like that before with the little kid starving or needing money or whatever. And, I don't know, people would stop eventually, and I don't know, I've never seen it on a scale of like 2 hours straight where not one single person stopped. And don't get me wrong, it could have been editing, that maybe they did it just to get more views, I mean, they could have cut people out, or just said it'd been 2 hours. Maybe that's the case, I mean, I guess that's possible. But I don't know, that's not the way it was presented, and that's not the way that I see it. And I don't know. It's just really heartbreaking. But anyway, well, that's all I'm going to talk about today. It's a pretty long video. You sat through the whole thing. I appreciate it. I apologize for the road noise. There's a car going right down the street right behind me. So anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. I'll put up another video here in a couple of days, I guess. And thanks for being there. And I'm gonna try to stick around this time, as well as I can, unless a bunch of crap happens or something. But either way, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay strong.